Hey guys, welcome to Better Late Than Never. You're here with Cassie, Alice,
and Tanya
for our weekly night chats. So sit back, grab a snack, and enjoy.
Hi.
It's always this one tone high. Welcome back to the next episode of Better Late Than Never.
This episode is a special one because we're going to chat with one of our co-hosts, Tanya.
Yay!
Hooray!
For those people who have stuck with us since day one, definitely know who Tanya is.
I would hope so.
But for those who are new to our podcast and just happen to click into this episode, Tanya is one of our co-hosts. She's a very important part of our team. She's a second-year student studying graphic design at the University of Leeds. Just like me, we're in the same course. And she's in charge of illustrating the episode covers.
Yes, that's me.
Yeah, so judging by those illustrations, you can definitely tell that Tanya is very talented. Yeah, she's so talented, honestly.
Don't boost my ego.
Yeah. What else is she in charge of? She's also in charge of the animations.
Oh, yeah. She's the only one who knows about After Effects, honestly.
That's why she's doing
work.
that. Thank you, Tanya, for
Thank you.
drawing those.
I have a love-hate relationship with After Effects, so it's okay.
Yeah. Welcome, Tanya, to the podcast.
Welcome. Yay! Welcome.
I've never been here before. It's amazing.
How do you feel being interviewed?
It's weird. I don't know how to talk.
It's not exactly an interview. It's just like a chat, but it's more focused on Tanya.
Yeah, we're going to talk about her creative journey. Are you nervous?
Yeah, I always get like cold sweats for no reason.
I'm more nervous this time because I don't really know how to do interviews or just like ask people questions because it's so hard to like keep the conversation flowing and then you have to comment. So fingers crossed.
Insane. Yeah, I don't know how to think about things like on the spot. If you hit me with a surprise question, be like, what? Because I can't think.
We'll help you.
Okay. So, Tanya, do you want to start off by introducing a little bit about yourself? Like, for example, where you grew up or, I don't know, whatever you want to share.
My roots?
Yeah.
So, me, je m'appelle Tanya. I am an British folk. Grown, English born, English raised for the most part. Been here uncountable 14th year this year in England. So I'm majoritarily British and I went to a Christian secondary school, which is fun. And yeah, I was in Saudi for a bit, in Indo for a bit. I live with both my parents and my sister. And I'm at home right now, which is not where I should be.
Yeah. How are your lectures? How do you feel working at home now?
Feels even less like I have to do it when I'm at home. Like at home's my chill place, and like especially since last semester I was like, it feels optional, but it feels even more optional now that I'm at home.
I mean, especially when most of it is recorded, you can just go back to it, right?
Yeah. I don't have to do it now, but I'm like, also I don't have the physical ability to skip lessons.
Oh. Well, speaking of being at home, since this episode is kind of focused on you and we kind of want to know a little bit about your creative journey, right? Do you think your upbringing has somewhat made you, I don't know if this sounds really cliche, but made you who you are today as a graphic design student, as a creative?
I mean, it's all about nurture, isn't it? Nurture over nature. It's how I was raised. But I don't know. I was allowed creative freedom, I guess. I always had art as a hobby, so I always got like art gifts for like Christmas, my birthdays, so it was quite encouraged, I guess. So that was good. Yeah, my mum's quite a crafty person and my sister's also artsy. She's a fashion management student, so she's also in the creative sector. So I guess it's part of my upbringing, kind of.
What does your mom do? Like, does she like to paint?
I don't know. She does crafts and stuff. I mean, she doesn't really do it now because obviously she works and she doesn't want to do things when it's her days off. But she always helped whenever I had like craft things to do. I remember like in year 5, I had this Easter bunny ear competition thing, and she helped me make my bunny ears. And I won the competition because of it.
That's so cute. Oh my God, I wish my parents were a little more crafty. So you said your mom and your sister are the creative
Yes.
ones. So would you say that the both of them have influenced you as a creative?
Probably, I don't know actually. My sister
Mhm.
probably has, since we're quite close and I'm influenced very easily by her, especially when I was younger. I think she's like the first one that made me like draw like anime. Didn't make me, but like made me think about drawing like anime stuff. She started doing it and I was like, ooh, I want to do that too, because I was that copycat little sister that I wanted.
Does she also draw anime characters?
She did. She doesn't really anymore. She draws more
Aw.
realistic.
And anime stuck with you.
I get really obsessive about things, so
I like your anime art. They all look so good.
thank you.
They're so pretty.
Don't compliment me when I can see your face. It's
Pretty
awkward
bad.
for me.
Whenever Tanya sends the illustrations for our episode covers, it's always a surprise, and I'm always so excited to see it. And then when I see it, I'm like, whoa, never disappoint. It's so good.
It's like a Christmas gift.
I can't take compliments. Don't do this to me.
Aw. Do you remember the first time you started drawing? Like, do you remember when that was?
I was very, oh my god, now we're on camera, you can see my squirrel painting.
Ooh.
It's right here.
Oh, that's so
Oh my
cute.
god, that's so cute.
Well, you still keep that?
I'm a bit of a hoarder. I keep all my things I make.
So since this is a podcast, people can't really see this art. So what did we just see?
What's an audible description? It is a very poor painting in ready-mixed children's paints of a cat that actually looks a bit like a squirrel with really badly drawn mouse whiskers. I don't really know. It's really ugly. And my green son.
Wait, when did you draw this?
2006 or something.
Ooh, so when you were 6.
4 or 5.
Wait, that's so good though.
Yeah. No, for a 5-year-old or a 4-year-old, that's really good. Even though that cat kind of looks like a dinosaur a little bit, like the tail.
It looks like everything but a cat. But like properly, started like year 7 because my friends were drawing as well, and I was like, I'm such a sheep. Why do I always do what everyone else does? I'm like, let's draw as well. And then I lost touch because I wanted to do my GCSEs properly, and then I started properly again in 2017 when I started my Instagram account.
Oh, wow.
Okay, so now you're studying graphic design, right?
I am.
Why do you think you chose graphic design instead of illustration?
Because I couldn't get into illustration.
Oh,
very
no.
early. I took chemistry, biology, maths and further maths at A-level. So I
That's
did not
very
have
interesting.
the art A-level I required to get into an illustrative course. And also obviously requires portfolios, and I didn't have any of that probably either.
That really
I think-
sucks.
Yeah. They don't think you can do it, they're not going to let you on, are they?
So was graphic design easier to apply to?
A lot of them were still very portfolio. A lot of them still required art as well. But I think I mentioned this, yeah, there's only 5 unis I could apply to, which is the maximum amount you could apply to, so I applied to all of them.
Yeah. Honestly, I find it so weird because art is such a subjective subject, right? And then, usually you judge a person's ability, firsthand based on what their work looks like. But then they're like, oh, you need this A-level art or something. Like, why? As long as your work is good.
Uh-huh. If you have a portfolio
Yeah.
to deliver, you shouldn't need the qualification for it.
Yeah, that really sucks.
Yeah, that is really weird. It's okay.
Yeah.
I mean, are you enjoying graphic design right now?
Yeah, I like graphic arts element of graphic design, so like making things look pretty is in my main interests.
Yeah.
And learning about the graphic design principles I think is very important.
Ooh.
No comment on the communication part.
Oh, wait, what's the communication part?
Like advertising?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Like I don't mind it, I'm just not that into it as much as I would be.
I mean, graphic design is very broad, so I guess you should just tailor it to whatever you like.
They really mashed so many things together in graphic design. It's like such range.
And I feel like it's really helpful because you learn the grid system and you can apply that to anything because like everyone needs someone to make their things look nice and organized. And then if you know the grid system, you can just use your knowledge and apply that.
Yeah, like my sister often asks me to like help her on her like CV presentation and stuff.
Yeah.
And the fact that you also draw, that's a really big advantage. Because like for graphic designers, you don't really need to know how to draw.
No.
Yeah, so you have an advantage.
And I think because you said you took a lot of maths and science subjects back in school, right? I think that also makes you stand out a lot more. So you can draw. And then for graphic design, there's the design portion. You've also got that sciencey, analytical, logical portion in you. And then you can just work everything out. That's perfect.
I feel like I'm missing a really important skill though. It's like the critical side that you get from like doing arts, qualification stuff.
Wait, what do you do for the critical part?
Critical analysis of like people's art and stuff.
Oh, yeah. I think it's more like the art languages, like the languages you use to analyze artworks.
I wish I knew more about that.
But I guess you just like learn it yourself.
Well, going back to your family a bit, has your family been supportive throughout your creative journey?
My dad's just come upstairs.
Your dad is coming, Mr. Dare.
Hi, Mr. Dare.
No, give me a second. Anyway, what were you asking about my parents?
Was your family supportive throughout your creative journey?
Yeah, I'd say so. Like my decision to do graphic design was very, very last minute. Maybe they were just grateful I made a decision at all. I don't really know. And also, like, don't want to expose her, but my sister dropped out of biochem, so maybe that helped them in letting us pursue whatever we wanted to.
That's nice.
I think it's really important for your parents to support you.
Were they strict parents?
In some aspects, yeah. That was mainly on, like, grades-wise and social-wise, like, B's were fails, and we weren't allowed sleepovers and stuff sometimes, but...
Oh, same! So they cared a lot about grades? Well, B was a fail?
Yeah. It's, like, passive-aggressive. Like, I had to get the best grades, so I became very obsessed with it. And I think I'm still very obsessed with grades, and that's where I get most of my validation from, which is not a good way to be. I should fix that.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Would you say that this kind of made you stop a little bit on your art? Because you said before you paused on your creative journey a bit, right?
Because I wanted straight A's in my GCSEs. So I didn't have time to do my art. I had to study. And when I wasn't studying, I was playing video games. So no time for art.
Wait, what if you brought back a report card and it says A+ for art? Will they be like, yay? Or will they be like, eh?
It's just art. Would it be like that?
They didn't comment really that much. I wasn't really praised for getting good grades. It was like just what I should get.
I think it's similar with my parents as well. They never really comment on my grades. I think it's just expected that you're supposed to have good grades, and they don't really comment on it.
My parents don't comment on my grades either. Not because I get good grades, but it's because they know I'm hardworking and I try my best.
Yeah, that's what it's about. As long as you're trying your best. And that's all that should matter.
Okay. Going back to uni.
Not me. I'm not going back to uni.
No, to the uni part of our conversation. What is your favorite module?
My Japanese module was very fun. But as for the graphics, I like the main graphics modules. I quite enjoy doing like UI, and I loved using After Effects. So this one we're about to do, we get to use Cinema 4D, so I'm quite excited about that.
I am not excited about this.
Cinema 4D is so cool.
I feel like Tanya is really interested in like animation and 3D
I love
stuff.
motion, yeah.
But I don't like it because it's just so like technical. And like it's just a new like software that you have to learn, and I'm just like, I'm not even completely skilled with the other basic ones. So I'm like, it's too much for me.
I feel like they like introduce you to things and then you do the rest like yourself, and it's just like,
that's true.
Choose whatever you want to work on. But like learning After Effects is like learning physics. It's a bit intense, and like all animation softwares and all that, but it's fun. It's all talk though. Like I don't really use them. I've used Cinema 4D once, so I hope to learn it though.
I'm sure you'll get the grip of it soon.
I hope so. I also have illustration this semester.
Yay!
I need to choose my favourite illustrator for Friday, and I don't know who to go with. So I don't know what the divide between illustration and art is.
I don't know the difference. I mean, if I see two pieces of work, like side to side, I can tell which one's by an illustrator and which one's more of the artistic side, but I don't know how to put it into words.
I wrote down the definition somewhere on my iPad.
Yeah, please enlighten us. I want to know. Like, is illustration like for something and art's just producing stuff? I don't really know.
Is art mostly just expressing stuff?
I don't know. That's what I thought. And then illustrating's like communicative.
Okay, I have found the definition. There are multiple ones actually.
Ooh,
So
let's hear
it's
it.
an example intended for explanation, the act or process of illuminating, the act of clarifying, something that illustrates, like a picture in a book or a magazine.
So that's Illustrator?
Illustration. Yeah, explaining stuff, clarifying
Yeah.
things.
That makes sense.
Mm.
Okay.
Oh, I'm pretty sure you're going to enjoy the illustration module. He's a really encouraging teacher.
Oh, a shout out.
Shout out if you're listening. Yeah, so I wasn't afraid to ask any question. No, he was just so
Mhm.
nice. Like the students, everyone in the chat box were like, I'm so sorry, you must have mentioned this before, but and then he was like, stop saying sorry. Like this is the place where you ask questions.
That is
Aw.
so
I was like, oh,
nice.
yeah.
I had him as a tutor last semester in the graphics module, and he was always like, stop saying it's bad, it's just a rough, it's just quick, don't worry about it, it's fine.
He's so
Yeah.
nice.
I was
He's
so
very
jealous
nice.
of you because you had him as a tutor.
Yeah, it's really easy to get like feedback, and he was really nice about it. So
I think the teachers or lecturers or tutors, whatever, really, really is important in developing creativity and all that. So were you surrounded in that environment at school before uni?
absolutely not. I was like the one creative kid because this explanation again. I was in top set, not to float my boat or toot my horn, but it was shit because they were like, have a brain, be smart. We were forced to do geography, history, RE, RS, whatever, and French, and then we only got 2 options extra. So we had like all those extra GCSEs, and then our choices were very limited when we got to do them. And I had to do 1 GCSE early, so that was year 8 and 9. So I
Ooh.
completed it in year 9. So I did arts 8 and 9, which was way too early, and I got way too stressed. The deadlines were way too intense for a 12-year-old.
Did they ask you to produce a lot of work?
Yeah, to like the standard they wanted. I feel like I had to keep doing so many sketchbook pages. I feel like I had to craft them. I went intense on my sketchbook pages.
I think I can definitely understand that because I feel like when you take like an art subject, sometimes like I do the final piece, but then like I pretend to do the process because like they force you to do the process and then you're like, but like in real life, some artists just know what they want to do at the end.
They just do it. I guess it's something you develop though through doing the process.
But it's different in creative process though.
Yeah.
What's yours like?
It's very messy. Like in terms of arts, I just kind of do it most of the time. I like doing thumbnails. They're very helpful, I think. Like if the thumbnail goes wrong, the art piece obviously isn't going to go right. And like it's good for testing colours and stuff. Colours are so hard for me to get right for some reason. I've learned colour theory an uncountable amount of times, but I just don't get my colours right for some reason. But yeah, it helps, I guess. So I think I'm a bit better at it now.
That's good.
And in terms of graphics, it's very heavy on research. I do loads of research at the start. Mind maps, too many of them, until an idea forms. Then you research again, and then you make ideas, and then you choose your ideas, and then you do more research. And it's just...
Sounds very intense.
And I always get told I do too much, and it's like, but I need to do this, otherwise I wouldn't have an idea.
Yeah. What do you usually do on paper?
I used to, but like my iPad is now my main source of info.
I think after you bought your iPad, you started drawing a lot. Do you consider like the iPad a game changer?
Definitely. I hate having to open up my laptop and start everything up. It's just too much effort. But like turning on an iPad and just going on Procreate, easy, sorted, and I can just do a drawing whenever I want to. So then you draw more often, you do more practice, and it's much more efficient.
I think the iPad is so convenient because you can take it anywhere. You could draw on the train, you could draw on a bench outside at a park. I know, but it's true. So Procreate is your favorite app to use, right?
Most definitely. I've been through too many art softwares, and Procreate is definitely my favorite one.
What do you think is your favorite Adobe software?
Oh.
Alice's face is like, ew.
Oh, I don't know.
After Effects?
Might have to be.
Ooh.
I get really lost with Illustrator for some reason because I'm just dumb. InDesign's useful, I guess, but it's very structured. Photoshop, I'm really untrained in for some reason. Don't know why I don't know how to use Photoshop still.
Same.
So After Effects it is.
That's so cool.
Jealous.
I need to learn.
Was it a really big jump from drawing on paper to drawing digitally?
I don't know, actually. Procreate digitally, or like the very first time I started drawing digitally?
Both.
Because the first time I started digitally was on Microsoft Paint, which was useless at doing what I wanted it to do. So I drew the mouse as well, which was also garbage. So that was hard. But like from paper to Procreate, I guess I'm too used to digital mediums, I think, because of like zooming in, undo functions and all that. And I don't know how to operate on paper anymore for some reason. When I paint, I can't undo like I wish, especially with watercolour. Disaster. Once that's gone wrong, it's gone wrong.
I know. I really hate it. Just like any media involving water. I'm so scared.
Really? I love watercolour so nice. When it goes right, it looks so good. But that's only when.
Have you tried using the Wacom tablet?
The Wacom tablet? I did have the Wacom tablet, yes. I still have it, but it's a bit battered. It was good. It was much better than the mouse, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Like it's small and it's convenient. I don't think the pen took too long to get used to. But I'm not really good at drawing lines. So my line art would be really, really fuzzy.
I think I'm still trying to get used to it. It's hard to like look at a screen and draw.
Yeah, when it's separate, it's quite difficult. You have to be like really, hand-eye coordinated.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, that's nice. Were there any major transitions in terms of your creativity? Maybe like, did your style change a lot?
Yeah. Did my style change? Still changing. Just changed recently.
Ooh.
Change every few months. I don't know. I just want to try so many different styles. And like, I don't know if I'll ever be just fixed on one style because I don't know. I want to do everything for some reason. I don't know why I'm like that. It changes very often. I started with an anime style and then I went, because of my art GCSE, I was like, realism is important. So I just painted entirely in realism like most of that time. But then I always come back to anime because it's just what's easier for me.
It's your passion.
It is.
It's good to change though, I think. Like it kind of keeps you going.
Yeah. You learn new things with each time you change.
Do you want to share your favorite anime?
You keep asking me this, I just don't know which one my favorite is. I really like Attack on Titan. Very amazing. Very humans eat humans, not humans. Titans eat humans. Political, very political, but death a lot. But it's cool. Hunter x Hunter, fun. My two sons, yes, that's about it. Banana Fish, devastating, makes me cry. I like that in an anime. I like shows that make me cry. And Haikyuu, sports anime, gets you very pumped. Very inspirational.
Yeah. Well, I've heard of some, but I've never gotten to watch them.
You should. They're so good.
I feel like the reason why I never got into anime is because, like, I know how, like, addicting it can be. Like, I really get, like, hooked onto things. And then, like, I get distracted so easily. So I'm like, no, I'm not going to touch that. Like, that's going to be so bad.
How do you resist temptations so easy? I've given in.
Would you say like you find inspiration from most of the anime you watch, or is there another way that you seek inspiration?
I mean, yes, I do. The characters have most of them, a lot of them designed really nicely. So, especially anime type video games, they have really cool character designs. So they're always fun for inspo. And Pinterest, my bestie, I get most of my inspo from because it's just endless creativity there.
Like when you scroll, it just keeps going.
Yeah, I can stay on Pinterest for ages. I'm like, wow, I want that. Wow, that's cool. Wow. But then I end up doing nothing because I'm on Pinterest. Also, other artists on Instagram or TikTok, whatever, social media. Yeah. Also very inspiring.
Do you have a favorite?
Favorite who?
Like artist or just someone who inspires you?
Ishida Sui, illustrator of the Tokyo Ghoul manga. Chef's kiss. Very soft. Very smooth.
I can tell you're very passionate about it.
Yeah.
It's so pretty. You should just look at the art once. It's so yum, you know.
I'll definitely check it out later.
I'll check it out, yeah.
Amazing. You'll be enlightened. Who else have I said? the illustrator of Akira, the mecha, mechanical stuff. Like, it's really intricate and that. It's really cool. I wish I could do it. I want to be able to do it. I might learn someday. I don't know how to learn though, but I hope to pick it up somehow. And like, yeah, there's loads of illustrators and stuff that I follow that I don't want to butcher their names this time. So if you look on my Instagram following, the people I follow, they are all really cool.
Yeah.
Talking about your Instagram, you have like 5,300 something followers. How long did it take you to gain so many followers?
A good century. I've been on for 3.5 years now, and I had 700 followers for the first 3 years mostly, and I gained most of it, the majority of it, last summer. Maybe everyone was just inside from quarantine or whatever. I feel like so many people were posting so much more during the quarantine.
Yeah, it's hard to get exposed.
Yeah, I think it was just easier during that time.
Do you like do a lot of hashtags so that people get to like see your work?
I try and play it to the Instagram algorithm. It's very strict, isn't it? So I think I only keep to five or six hashtags. But like, I don't really care too much about exposure, so I just want to post for fun. But again, exposure would help, I guess.
Okay, I'm still very curious because you said you had 7. I sound like I'm someone who wants to be an influencer or something, but no, I don't want to be an influencer.
How did you get the followers? Where did you get them from? I'm
just generally curious because you said you have 700 before you reach 5,000, right? How did you even get to 700?
I don't know, like I don't try to get followers. So like if you're just
good.
No, if you're trying and you like really care about what you do, I feel like people see it. And then,
yeah.
Like if you like interact with others and show that you care about others, they'll care for you too. They'll help you, you help them. And it's a very nice, supportive community.
Yeah, I think I do see you repost other people's work.
Yeah.
And then other people repost your work.
Some of them are just so people have to see.
That's a very good tip.
Yeah, that is. And I feel like with Instagram algorithms changing all the time and a lot of creatives emerging, I feel like it's important to support each other by sharing or saving some. I don't know what's the algorithm like right now, but yeah.
I think it's saving right now that helps.
Okay. Noted.
Just save everyone's post as you go down.
I save a lot of posts, to be honest.
I save so many of recipes, but
so going back to your Instagram account. Oh my god, I actually do sound like someone who wants to be famous. No, I don't want to be famous. I saw you had a highlight before.
Yes.
But I think you deleted it. It's called Prints.
It was.
Yeah, I just saw that a lot of people wanted your prints. So do you want to talk a little bit about that, like the process of sending your prints to them, printing your prints, and estimating a cost?
To start off with the estimating with the cost, I don't know how to do that. I think it's really hard, and I wish someone would like tell you how to value your art. So I had mine at like £9 a print or whatever. That sounds like too much to me because I don't know, £9 is a lot. It's almost £10, you know.
Yeah.
But people are like, stop undervaluing your art, and I was like, but that's so much money to just get a piece of paper from someone. So I don't know how to do that. But like, I got my prints from a art printer provider thing, Mixam, I believe they're called, because obviously my printer was kind of busted and I couldn't get anything printed myself. They were actually really good. They're like really nice quality and stuff. And they give you like this sample pack of paper type, so you can choose what paper type you want.
That is so
which was very helpful.
Would you recommend matte or glossy?
Matte for art prints, I'd say, since you don't want to reflect the details away.
That's true.
There's like the nice, luster, whatever it is between them. That's really nice, I think. But like that's not offered by some people. And sending, packaging, you often forget about packaging. I forgot about like getting like the plastic seals and stuff until like the very end. I was like, you just got to prepare everything beforehand before you start selling, I guess. But like sending to places was very cool. I was like, wow, people want my art. And it was really rewarding, I guess, to send something somewhere else. Working out delivery costs and stuff was quite difficult though, but thankfully Etsy have a service for calculating stuff much easier.
Yay.
That's how I did things. However, I don't really know what I'm doing still, and I hope to do better next time.
I think you will learn as you go. Yeah, it's hard, like estimating the cost.
I think estimating the cost is the hardest part.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't want to look like I'm really think my art's worth so much.
I don't know how to estimate my effort.
You try to and how much time it took and like...
Yeah, I think so.
Charged by the hour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wish our school taught us about this. I don't know if they're gonna teach us this before we graduate, but I heard from a lot of creatives that they weren't taught about this when they were in uni, and they had to figure out this themselves.
It's seriously so hard.
It's unique to everyone though, so I guess it's hard to teach.
And I think how you see your art and how you view your art can be influenced by the view of yourself. Like, for example, if I think that this piece of art, okay, it's good, but it's not like super good, then I don't know. I wouldn't charge it like too expensive. Like, what even is expensive and what even is cheap? I don't even know.
Right? Like, I don't know. Like, it really depends on self-esteem and stuff. And also, like, a lot of people who follow me are like my age and younger. So I'm like, they're not going to have money readily available all the time. So
yeah,
they want to like overcharge to them. A lot of factors to it.
Yeah. Speaking about self-esteem and stuff, would you say that was something that you struggled with during your creative journey? Well, if not, is there another thing that you faced, like any difficulties?
You doubt your art, I guess, whatever you make, because obviously there's always other people, and like you shouldn't compare yourself to others. You should compare yourself to yourself only. But like, even though you say it, for don't practice what you preach, and you compare yourself to others, you're like, even especially like on social media, there's like younger people who are even better, and you're like, why am I not that good yet at my old age? So yeah, there's a lot of self-doubt that comes with it.
You old age? How old are you?
I am 19 years old.
That's not old.
That's not old.
I know, I'm still a teenager, it's okay.
Stop flexing on us.
I'm so youthful. But like, apart from that, the creative block is a bitch. So that comes around every so often, especially during like term times when you're like too busy with schoolwork and projects and stuff. It's hard to get your creative mind going as well as your thinking brain.
Yeah, I think stress definitely plays a big factor.
Oh, yeah.
Do you have any ways to get past the creative block?
Studies, just quick drawings, doodles, anything to just try and boost myself to draw. If not, let it pass. If it's not gonna happen, it's not gonna happen.
That's a good tip.
I'll let it be.
Yeah, I feel like the two struggles that you mentioned, I feel like that's what everyone deals with as creatives. I bet a lot of people can relate with that. So I think we're getting to the end of this episode, I think.
Ooh.
What do you see yourself doing in 10 years? Like, what's your dream job?
I do not see. I'm not a fortune teller. I can't see into the future. So I'm not going to assume for myself. I like to just play it as it is. So I wish to be a freelancer and have a little studio and like make things for people. I like just making nice little cute things that make people happy. Ducks roasted. But yeah, just joy, you know. Yeah, I guess it comes a bit privileged to be able to say I don't care that much, let it ride.
The good thing about being a freelancer is that you get to be your own boss. There's no one like controlling you, saying like you should do this way, not that way. Yeah.
It's obviously quite stressful having to manage everything, most of it by yourself, but it comes with freedoms, I guess, that aren't appealing.
And especially when you're doing something you like, maybe you would enjoy it more.
You'd hope.
You would hope to enjoy it more. There's, of course, the realistic financial aspect, which we won't talk about here.
Finance? Uh-oh.
Were there people telling you or like reminding you that it's really hard to get a job or like make a living out of creative jobs or something?
Like, you're going to have to try really hard, you're going to struggle. I'm like, I'm going to live on a bridge. Don't give a fuck. That's what it is. I'll paint with a rock if I have to.
I remember when I was in school, people would be like, what are you thinking of doing in the future? And I'm like, oh, something related to art. And then they're like, oh, that sounds nice. But then
You're not going to get a job.
It's going to be a little bit hard, isn't it? And I'm just like, oh, yeah. So in the future, if you see me on the streets, give me some money.
Oh, no.
Honestly, like, yeah, it is difficult. It's quite competitive and everything. But like, I don't know. I hate the idea of just basing your life around the job.
Yeah.
It sounds so, disgusting. Just want to do things.
So would you say you're more a spontaneous type or just going with wherever your experience takes you?
Yeah, I'm spontaneous, but like with anxiety. It's not easy to do. Like, I want to be able to be like completely spontaneous, but obviously I feel like there's restrictions to it. But obviously some people do it, so it's possible. I hope to be able to do it.
I feel like I hope to be spontaneous one day as well. Because I'm always worried about the future. And I'm like, I need to plan it out now. But sometimes it's good to be spontaneous. There's like surprises. Yeah. Where would you prefer working? Like which city in England? Or do you think you're going to travel somewhere?
I don't know. I feel like I've gotten accustomed to the UK. So obviously you have to learn everything else. Obviously the visual media in Japan is very appealing.
You're learning Japanese.
And you love anime.
Not anymore, but don't make me sound like a weeaboo right now. But obviously there's other places as well. And then my family think of moving to Indo loads. So like,
oh really? When
we're like finished with uni.
Oh,
who knows?
As much as we want to plan things out, it's really hard to say, and then we can never know what comes all of a sudden, right?
It's such as the current issue, which traps us all inside.
Yeah.
So who knows?
That's true.
Who knows?
Yeah, we talked about that in our previous episode, so go check it out. That's such a smooth plug.
Very smooth plug. Yeah.
That was a good segue.
Okay. So, to kind of conclude this, Tanya, can you tell people where they can find your amazing illustrations?
My mediocre illustrations can be found at Susuyu, SUSUYOO _ on Instagram, and Susuyu with an extra O on TikTok, and my really stupid illustrative stuff can be found on YuYu Soup, which is YU Soup, which is also linked on my main Instagram, so that is where I am.
Go follow her.
Yay, go follow her, guys. Go check it out. Can I ask why you named your account name Susuyu?
Susu is milk in Indonesian, and I like drawing milk.
That's very cute.
That is all it is.
All right. I guess that's the end of this episode. This is our first, we don't really want to call it an interview. Our first chat with a creative who is Tanya, and we are going to chat with each one of us. So we're going to have a chat with myself. That's so weird to say. With myself. And then we're going to have a chat with Alice.
Yeah. And in the future, we're hoping to highlight more smaller creatives by having these casual chats. And yeah, stay tuned, honestly.
Yeah, stay excited. And we're looking forward to our future episodes because I'm just really excited for them.
To steer in a creative direction.
I guess we'll end this episode now. Hope you guys are doing well. And make sure to tune in for the next episode. Bye.
Bye.
Peace.
If you like this episode, feel free to share it with your friends and family. You can find us on all listening platforms, and don't forget to follow us on Instagram at Better Late Podcast to stay updated. Thank you guys for sticking around, and we hope to see y'all soon. Bye.